Hey, this is Coach Mack with Authority Football. We're going to take a look at how to throw the quick out. So the reason we call it a quick out, as different from an intermediate out, is this is going to be in the three-step drop family, and which means it's in the quick game. Okay, so we're talking about three-step drop or out of shotgun, one-step drop. All of these routes are usually going to be under or at 5 yards. We're not talking about 8 or 12-yard outs and so forth. So that's the family we're in. And anytime we throw the quick game, we want the ball out of our hand from snap to release at 1.5 seconds. Everything's quick. Get the ball out to what we call the flat. The flat is this area out here that is hard for the defense to defend. Because it's so far toward the sideline and shallow. So we're throwing the ball out into the flat with our route. So there's a couple different names for the flat route or for the quick out, including the flat or the speed out. Some people call it a shoot or a burst or an arrow. And all those nuances might mean a slightly different way to run the out, how many steps, how sharp or how rounded or how flat. As you see on the right over here, we have a rounded speed out or shoot, and on the left we have a flat arrow. They both accomplish the same thing. There are slight differences based on the width that the person may line up to do it. So let's talk about the key things to make sure that we're successful and that we can throw this for really high completion and high yards after catch, including touchdowns. So ultimately, it's making sure that we throw this on time. The problem with throwing late and throwing longer than the 1.5 seconds is that route gets closer and closer to the sideline. Now, when it's closer to the sideline, we have a couple problems. First off, the distance of the ball is increased. So instead of a shorter radius, the ball travels farther, which means it's in the air longer, which means the defense has a longer period of time to get to it and defend it. So that's a problem. The second thing is we're only throwing this, 3 to 5 yards down the field. And so it becomes a high risk, low reward play if we throw it too wide. And when our receiver catches it, he's right there on the sideline, and it's hard for him to get yards after catch. So we want him to catch it as soon as possible so the ball comes out of our hand on time. Now, an important thing with our throw here is how we hit the receiver. If we hit our receiver in stride, then he can turn this upfield at speed, and it becomes a very low-risk, high-reward play. But if we take him off his path, and we bring him back down towards the line of scrimmage, we have problems. And so what I mean by that, I've kind of drawn a bird's eye view of a receiver here who's working out. This is his head right here, and these are his shoulder pads, right? So let me back that out there. So when we throw the football, he's running this direction towards the sideline. Quarterback would be somewhere in here. We want to put that ball right across his face. We throw all our balls right on the nose, right across his face, so that when he catches it, the ball should turn him up. Right? So the vector of his path should turn him up. What we don't want to do is we don't want to throw the ball. We don't want to throw the ball out here, way in front of him, and make him reach and lunge for it and actually continue to pull his momentum out. What that's going to do is it's going to pull him towards the sideline, and he's not going to get the run after catch that we want. The other thing we don't want to do is we don't want to throw it wide or short and bring him downhill. If I bring him back this way to get the football, then all his momentum is going to keep bringing him downhill, and the defense at that point is going to be able to rally and make tackles for very low gains, and this becomes a high risk, low reward play, which is not at all what we want. We want low risk, high reward, and if we throw it on time, that's exactly what we can do. And the only other thing, we don't want to put the ball behind him either, because that's going to make him spin to catch the football, lose his speed, and he's going to have pressure from the corner or a linebacker coming from the inside. So we want to put that every single time that vector's right across his nose. So let's draw this at the bottom one here. I'm going to put it in red. So we want to throw that vector right across the intersection point of that nose, so you can see that intersect. Notice the flat route to the left. We're throwing that right across his face so that those guys can catch, and the speed of the ball turns them upfield immediately so that they can get run after catch. And we're throwing short, flat out routes for high gain touchdowns there. So that's it. The key is throw it On time, 3-step drop. Remember, a 3-step drop is big, quick, quick. Ball comes out, put it on the nose of the receiver so that he can run to score. Remember, throw touchdowns. Don't throw footballs. All right, that's it. It's Coach Mac from Authority Football. Keep scoring, keep winning, keep leading. Let us know we can help. Talk soon.